Well, ladies and gentlemen, we meet again. And guess what it is, right? This is red flag as you're reading the script, right? You're looking at your sides for the day. It says night exterior. It says lit by moonlight. And you panic, right? You panic because you're no good. And when you're no good, you don't know how to do moonlight. You definitely don't know how to do just lit by moonlight. You're going to overlight it. You're going to use the wrong fixtures. You're going to put them too close. It's going to be horrendous. But you've listened to this show before, you've listened to this channel before, and you've got yourself an experienced team around you, people that actually know what they're doing to protect you from shooting yourself in the foot. That's step one, right? That's a very important step. Get people that are better than you to do their job. Okay, well, now we still have to say, what's the mood going to be? Where's the light eventually going to come from? And what angle should we be choosing? So we have to know some things. So do we have to know about the lenses and the mechanics of the lens? Nope. Do we have to know about the camera and the settings and the this and that? Nope. Do we have to know about the lights? What kind of bulb it is? Nope. There's other people that do that stuff. What do we have to know? Well, how all of that fits together, right? We have to look at the entire system, right? There are many people that have individual components, but our job is looking at the entire system to see what the best course of action forward is for the team that we are looking after. And today, looking at Goliath, this is a scene where I guarantee you will shoot this in your day. I guarantee there will be a scene. It just has to be lit by moonlight. How are we going to do it? We don't have $1 billion. Neither does Goliath. And in fact, the solution that they come up with, although expensive, you can basically replicate this with smaller fixtures. Smaller is a little bit harder, but a number of different fixtures, a number of different ways. It's more the concepts. We're looking at the concepts. What are they doing? If you don't like what they're doing, guess what? Easiest part about cinematography, if you're looking at something and you don't like it, do the exact opposite. Except in order to do the exact opposite, you have to understand what they're doing in the first place. This is the whole reason we are looking at this, right? I could go out, I could film this stuff in a field. It's no good. You don't want to be watching me do that. I don't want to spend my time doing that. I'd rather tell you, hey, I wasted years not looking at this stuff when in fact this was the only stuff I should be looking at to get better. So lucky for you, you can skip years of wasted time and energy, or you can not listen to me and you can go and try and do it your own way. Right? You go out there and learn the settings on your camera and see if that helps. It didn't help me. In fact, it probably held me back. I could have done way more if I just would have jumped right in to the deep end, but nobody told me. And I'm a bit of a space cadet. So that's why it didn't work out. It's going to work out for you. Trust me. Let's watch. And now this is the scene that I'm talking about. This is how you do. This is the moonlight that I like, right? You got all these highlights, all the backlight that we always talk about. But you don't have any harsh shadows on the ground. You don't have you don't have an M18 just out of the frame here where you get some crazy hot spot and then not hot spot. The volume of light and the planning and the frame sizes that you would have to use in here to make it feel realistic. I also like going through the trees and always just on an edge, like, okay, it's really harsh light. Doesn't make any sense that it's that harsh, but it looks nice. And then we don't do, you don't do a 150-foot dolly track. Give me 40 feet, right? 1, 2, how many steps? 3, 4, 6, 7. I mean, that's 40 feet of dolly track. And then you can feel it as it starts to get over here, right? It's more sourcey with the level, but that's what you want. This is the kind of coverage that you have to get. You don't want to be covering it from the other side and flattening off all your hard work. You want to get that, and look at how it changes too. From this shot, like, okay, there's a lot of level over here. You can start to feel the haze like get a little bit washed out versus earlier. And then it goes crunch city here. Boom. Now we're crunched up. So this one is like, you'd probably end up doing 2 separate lights or 2 separate rigs. Sorry, I should say. It's definitely 2 separate lights. But you're going to go background, right? You need this big giant wash. And then in the foreground, we're going to have it much shapelier. Like it's going to be significantly, we want this harsh line. We don't want them all washed out like these back trees. These back trees are sort of getting it from every angle. So we're going to have one big giant source for the background and then one for the midground as well. And we go through some trees, again, with the nice rows in there, couple with flashlight. And we get to the final shot here. Again, really nice coverage and blocking to the light. And where do we end up here? I like the flashlight part. Nice little edge there. Keep it coming, keep it coming. Now he's changed lines in here, right? He made a hard left, but the light still stays in the same spot. Or it sort of moves with him as he moves directions. It changes its direction as well, which is what you want to do. And we get to the closer. Where are you? Closing shot. I think there's one more here. Ooh, okay. We're going to fill it from this way. This is the shot like, whoa, you need that light really high up, and it's got to be quite powerful. You can feel it way back there. That's going to get him, and probably the backlight is coming from another one over here. So you're going to have this one doing this. You're going to have a really far one away doing all this stuff. That little angle. And easier, if you don't have enough coverage, which is this is a smart little tip here. If you don't have as much coverage, do one in the background and then do one in the foreground, right? Don't like try and get everything and have it shitty. Just make those lines, and then it's interesting. Even if you didn't have an orchard here, same thing that you would do no matter what the scenario was, if you want to get that depth. And then, okay, we're going to bring in light from the front. I see what you're doing. You better cross the line or something. Oh, he's already looking that way. Are we going to cross? Oh, no, he's going left. He's going behind camera. Okay, now why is that a hard shot to pull off? Because here, we're going to be lighting from this way, right? We're going to be lighting towards him, which means we're going to need a separate source, which it looks like he's stepping into right now. We're going to need a separate source, right? Not yet, not yet, not yet. We're going to need another source here because the camera shadow is in the way. Like the light is coming from above the camera. So we're going to need those two sources. You can't just have a big 12 by 12 sitting there because you're going to cast a shadow. And this is gold, like putting the background light into the scene itself. Like having it as a practical, lifting up like this, nice and low to the ground. Again, using this little stream of light across the way and just enough backlight here to get him. And then flashlight in the background, all those work lights on the machinery back there. Again, takes a long time to set this stuff up. Flashlight. And now you're laughing. Again, big blue, coupled with less blue from the key side. Harshness and karate chop in the back of the neck. Cha! Freeze frame. It's a nice looking frame, right? With the flashlight, hey bud, just point it down here. This is where you take over the flashlight duties if you're the cinematographer, and you soft hub the flashlight. So put all the flashlight stuff down here. Don't blast him in the face with the flashlight. Let's see, walk into it. Come on, Billy, you can do it. Yeah, you. Down on the flashlight. That's it. Just a little bit right there. And we're out. Okay, normally this is the part of the video where I would lie to you. I would say like, look, you two can do this and it's going to be easy and it's going to work. Chances are when you're doing your first night exterior stuff, even with a big team that's experienced, you're going to mess it up for sure. You're going to overlight. You're going to underexpose. It's going to be terrible. This is one of those things where you can talk about it a million different times, but you got to get out there and you got to screw it up. And unfortunately, it's really hard to get out there and screw it up on your own because you need so many of these different tools all to come together. So you can do all the prep in the world that you want. You can try and nail it the first time. You're going to be disappointed, but don't stop there because everyone's going to be disappointed. The thing is, once you're out there shooting, what are they going to fire you in the middle of the shoot? They don't know that you don't know what you're doing because they don't know. So just act confident and say you meant it to be that underexposed. Act confident and say, well, I know I felt like the character, you know, if it was completely dark, that's the mindset of the character walking in through the forest. So of course we don't want to see anything. What are you? This is so juvenile. What do you want to do it the traditional way? Like everybody does it? That's ridiculous. I'm not the traditional cinematographer. If you wanted them, you should have hired them. You hired me. And I'm doing my own way. Okay? So just leave me alone and I'll take care of the pictures. You take care of the words. Okay? Good. Definitely don't say that. Yeah, that'll get you fired. For sure. Okay, that's going to do it for this one. Many thanks. We'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.